So, FLASHROCK, this is me, TFG, coming at you once again. Got another great band for you tonight. This one's Union 13. What's up? All right, so you just got through checking out Union 13. I'm sitting with the guys right now. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves and tell them what you do in the band.
I'm Balti, I play bass.
I'm Edward, I'm the lead singer.
I'm Louis, I play drums.
Eddie, lead guitar.
Right on, right on. So, as a band, are you guys kind of a newer band? Have you guys been together for a while, or what's the story on that?
Last May was our 15th year anniversary.
Yeah, we've been together for about 15 years.
Started in 92. Yeah, we got together in high school, and we've just been jamming ever since.
Okay, so where the fuck is my ass been is what I want to know, you know?
I don't know.
No, that was some great stuff. I mean, you guys came in here again, and just like a lot of the bands that come in here, they come in and they just devastate. They take control of the studio, they rock it, and they give us their own individual brand of music that they got going on. Speaking of that, I mean, what do you guys classify yourselves as?
Punk rock.
Okay, yeah. Punk. Because I'm hearing a little bit of everything, so it's like really kind of hard to pigeon-toe it down. But I think that's kind of the popular thing with a lot of bands today. It's like it's really not one generic kind of thing.
Yeah, it branched out at one point, you know.
Right on, right on. So do you guys have a disc? Because usually we like to show the disc at the beginning of the interview.
Actually, we didn't bring any with us, but yeah, we do have 4 albums out.
You got 4 albums out.
We got 3 on Epitaph Records and 1 on Disaster.
Sweet, and they can pick that up pretty much where?
Pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere, nice. That makes it a lot more easy, so they don't have to like iTunes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, they're on iTunes also. You know?
Are they?
Yeah.
So you got the whole genre covered. Everywhere you can get the fans the music, you guys got it going on.
Right.
So, is there a new album in the works, or are you guys still kind of pushing the
Yeah,
old
it's
one?
in the works. It's in the works.
Right on.
Yeah, hopefully next year. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Tentatively, yeah, that's the date you're hoping for.
Exactly.
Now, if anybody who's like really interested and want to check out some shows where you guys are going to be at, what's going on with the band
our
in general?
MySpace, our website, you know, all the dates are up and stuff.
Yeah,
MySpace,
we're on
what's
MySpace, Union 13.
Union-13.
Yeah.
Union-13. Nice.
So,
.com.
Well, give us since you guys have been together for 15 years, let's delve back into a little bit of history. Give us some examples of some really just off the hook shows or some like the
shows,
the spotlights in the career of Union 13.
I think I could say like best tours or like
anything. I mean, anything that stands out in the last 15 years ago, that was just fucking kick
like
ass.
Punkorama. We did that was like one of my best times, like touring out with like one of our favorite bands, like Bouncing Souls and US Bombs, 7 Seconds, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we did 2 tours up in Europe. We played with like Subhumans and Exploited.
Sweet.
Slayer, we did a show with Slayer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, so you guys aren't completely punk rock then. You can fit in with the metal.
It was an honor to play with DRI up in Europe.
Well, that, man.
Yeah.
So how was Europe? I mean, compared to the States, because you guys have toured the States, what's the difference between the States and Europe going over there and playing?
I guess like the people, they're, you know, like it's like if we tour U.S., Mexico, it's a complete different, you know. It's like the kids in Mexico are way more crazier and into the music. Same thing with Europe and Canada. You know, it's just it's all different. You know.
There's not that I'm too cool to like you vibe, right?
Oh no, everybody's cool. You know, like our first time we went Voodoo Glow Skulls, and we consider them like our big brothers because they were the ones that gave us that push. You know, and they were the ones that they had our back when we were little kids starting off. You know, so we got mad respect for them, and you know, just tours that we've done. You know, with them and US Bombs and a lot of big shows. You know that we've done.
Yeah, I think it's really different. Like when we tour Mexico, for example, you know the venues, you know, they don't have sound systems. You know, everything's all, you know, do it yourself, DIY. You know, but the kids that are there, like, they love the music and they're so happy that you're there. So it's a different like feel. Like whereas here, like, you know, sometimes punk rock comes in and out of style. So you have all the scenesters that go because they're punk and they don't give a shit. You know, I don't know if I can say that.
You can say whatever the fuck you want on the internet.
You know, they're all getting fucked up outside of shows. They go inside, they fight. You know, bullshit. You know, and you know, when you tour like, you know, South America, like all these kids are like so glad that you're there. I mean, they're getting fucked up too, but they're actually there for the music.
It's a good vibe.
They're so appreciated.
It's completely different.
Nice.
Yeah. And their energy just make, like, when we're playing, you know, their energy gives us energy on stage, and it's just like a crazy show. You know?
Well, you know, England can boast Donington, and you know, there's plenty of other places throughout the world that can boast, you know, their big rock festivals. But hands down, without a doubt, I got to say South America as a whole is the king of the, you know, just the huge concert atmosphere in the scene. Because you know, where else can you get like 30,000-40,000 people together for a show? And there's minimal amounts of violence, death, and damage. There's mayhem, of course, but you know, it's all in the positive way.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, let's drop a little bit of geographical names here for a second. Name some of the countries you guys have been to besides Mexico City. And,
Peru.
Nice.
Yeah, South America.
We did all of Canada. We've toured,
Mexico.
like, Mexico.
Europe. All
Twice.
of Europe.
A couple
Twice.
times.
Yeah, we just want
U.S. was like maybe about 6 U.S. tours back in the days. And,
Right,
you know,
right. Very cool, very cool. Well, gentlemen, is there anything that you would like to say to the world, your audience at this moment? Because right now, that's who's watching. They're going, cool. We saw these guys just down the street last week, and now we're checking them out again on the internet. What do you got to say to the world?
I guess thanks, for everyone's support. To
all our friends
to all our
and families.
friends and families. We've been through hell and back, and I just want to thank everyone that stuck through us through the thick and thin. And I also want to thank FLASHROCK for having us.
No, we want to thank you guys for coming in and becoming a part of what we're doing here.
Cool.
We're here for you guys, and
Thank you.
any other band out there that really wants to pump their shit. I mean, that's what we're all about, And these guys, we're honored to have them in. Some veterans, not new blood, so to speak, this time. You guys are definitely some well-seasoned warriors of what you're doing. So,
Yeah.
very cool.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks.
All right, well, gentlemen, thanks a lot for coming in. Keep us informed. Remember, every Monday night we do the radio show,
Cool.
so have your fans call in. It's 7 to midnight Pacific Standard Time every Monday. Again, like I said, Christmas, holidays, somebody important dies. We don't give a shit. We're on the radio doing this, all right? So call in 818-503-1404. Request these guys. Request any of your other favorite bands. But, yeah, I'm going to be expecting some calls for these guys because they've got a fan base. So call in, request. Gentlemen, thank you once again for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Union
much.
13, I'm that fucking guy. This is FLASHROCK, and that's Jackie the dog down there.
This is our new
Jackie!
Jackie. That's our new mascot right there.
Woo! Yeah!
Cool, man. Thanks.
Just took me
Jackie.
to another
Try South
realm.
Brick out.
It wasn't here. It wasn't on this earth.
Your job.
I went somewhere
It's time
else,
for the roadies to
and
go
it
to
was
work.
just total peace and joy.